What if the fabric of reality was but a single thread of something much larger? What if your universe was just one of many, a multiverse? Would time be the same there? Would it flow as freely as water in any direction? Could travel between those realities be possible? What if you could be in two places at once? A physical self in one, an astral projection in another? What if all of this wasn't what if at all? There are dangers, yes, but wonders too. And power, so much power, and in the wrong hands, anything could happen. But for now, just wonder.
Hello, Tiny. Oh, Mama. Hello.
So wait, you've figured out a way you've figured out a way to regenerate? No.
But every miracle, every medical miracle, perpetuated the illusion that, inflated your ego, perpetuated the delusion that you can it. What do I say?
The mirror zone. What? No, dimension. The mirror zone. No, the parking zone. You can't park here.
We look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Corinthians 2.
Chapter 4, verse 18.
I have always loved that verse.
It's also a favorite of mine. The truest passage in all our scripture.
Oh, I don't know about that. The book is full of truth.
No, not that book. That book promises eternity but fails to deliver.
The afterlife is...
Afterlife is a contradiction. There is no afterlife. And I can prove it to you.
No one can prove such a thing.
I can. Watch.
Hey. Come here. Hey. Oh, look at you. I got a friend who goes for your type. Good boy. Yeah, it's all right. Don't be frightened. There you go. Oh, yeah. Shaking my hand now. Wait till you get the bill. How's your insurance, huh? Look, guys, I don't have any money.
You watch.
No, please.
What if this doesn't work?
It will work.
You seem so sure.
My faith is strong.
This isn't about faith. This is about whether or not you've deciphered the Cagliostro rituals correctly. If you're wrong.
If I'm wrong, then he will ignore us, and we will each die our own slow, natural deaths. But we are not the ones knocking. He is. And he's waiting for someone like us to let him in. Vashilak dormamo, Ludael beunuk, Savag helega dormamo, Ludael dormamo, Ludael dormamo, Ludael dormamo, Ludael dormamo,
है दूरमा मुता है
I was wrong. Your death won't be natural after all.
That's the drum. Hello?
What are you doing in here, Strange?
I was in the library, Narthex, and then there was this explosion.
I saw them in the astral plane. They're here. Stay where you are. Whatever they become, you're no match for.
Oh, hell.
You're exiting your body and you're viewing something from an alternate dimension. So that was a big moment for us to figure out how we're going to do that. It'll start off often at Marvel in the Viz Dev department, and they'll come up with concepts. Previs is essentially moving storyboards. You actually can now get into what the shots are supposed to be like, how dynamic the moves are. That then gets handed off to a facility who will then begin testing that with moving footage. We're testing today the astral push moments, and in those moments we're shifting into a high speed. So we're testing frame rates as well as camera speeds in order to do that.
The astral form is one of the simplest effects that we've done and one of the hardest, because you need to believe that in a way is the spirit that sort of comes out of the body. We all know what the body looks like, and we also know what a ghost looks like. And the idea was that we didn't want it to look like a ghost, and yet is ghostly.
The main thing was in the way they can move and interact with the environment. When they fly very fast through the room, they can go through the walls, but then cling to the walls. Things are moving when they hit them. So it's not really ghost as we know them.
There's also a lot of wire work in the film. And it becomes very exciting and just a lot of fun, really.
Stephen Broussard and Kevin Feige said, I've done more wire work on this than any other film that they've worked on. I get flung through a wall or suspended by a wire over a drop and then smashed into an asteroid in another dimension, flung off the edge of a building that's changing shape, or knocked over a balcony or smashed through a cabinet. You can't really say you're a superhero unless you've actually experienced some of the physical trauma.
It was really fun. It's not every day you get to smash glass and be paid for it.
I've been dancing for 10 years now and have a black belt in karate. So I think putting those two together made me uniquely qualified for making the gestures for the magic moments in the movie. I do hip hop and I do popping and tutting. And tutting is only arms and hands. And then it also breaks down even smaller to finger tutting, which you're doing boxes and shapes with just your fingers. And then it can get really funky where you're just kind of like doing alien fingers. Jojo is doing the fight scenes. I make the gestures to materialize these weapons and powers, and he gets to fit those things into the actual fight scenes.
Benedict was shooting constantly and doing theater in the evening, so he squeezed the training in between.
Benedict threw himself into this role, and he went through months of physical training even while he was on stage doing Hamlet to learn how to fight and how to move. We've had to say, Benedict, maybe we should let the stunt man do that particular stunt. He has been game for everything.
You have to be incredibly fit. I mean, I started working out for this film, not just to fill the suit, so to speak, but also just to be able to take knocks, to be able to do multiple takes of fight scenes over 5 days.
Fight as if your life depended on it!
I've been whipped about 3 times with this sort of whip thing that Chiwetel and I had to play with in a fight training scene.
Yeah, it's a great moment in the film in terms of the relationship of Mordo and Strange, where he's introducing him to all of the different fighting methods that they can use. Dr. Strange is also sort of fighting back, and so finding his own feet and sense of himself in this world. They're still master and pupil.
Trust your teacher.
But it's the first time that there is a sort of equivalency about them. There's a kind of dance to it.
We went on several scouts to Hong Kong and wandered around and looked at the architecture and looked at how people live on a commercial level as well. The big challenge was scale. I wanted Benedict to walk into it and go, oh, you know, oh my God.
Action!
Hong Kong, this incredible outdoor set on the side of one of the stages in Longcross, which is one of the biggest, most extraordinary sets I've ever seen. It's basically elements of the whole of Hong Kong, Kowloon, brought together in one street.
We sort of matched about, I don't know, 60 or 70 buildings and created this 600-foot set.
Basically, you could cook some food at those stores. You could go and have something mended in one of those metal workshops. You could have a card printed in the paper shop. They're all functional machines. It's just mind-blowing.
T?
When it comes to our tags, we don't often script them out or necessarily know when the film starts shooting what the tags are going to be.
I don't drink tea. What do you drink? Not tea.
And late into the shooting of Strange, the Thor Ragnarok script was coming together. And as we were reading it, we said this scene could be hilarious. Wouldn't it be funny to answer the question right away, what's it going to be like when Doctor Strange enters the Marvel Universe?
So I keep a watch list of individuals and beings from other realms that may be a threat to this world. Your adopted brother, Loki, is one of those beings.
It's a worthy inclusion.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they had met before, but they got along great, and I think people are starting to learn this about Chris, and they'll soon hopefully know about Benedict Cumberbatch. They are both hilarious. They both have the best comedic timing, especially for guys known as dramatic actors and as action stars, some of the funniest people you'll ever meet. And I think they really enjoyed the opportunity to just improv a bit and play with what is kind of a little bit of a lighter tone than the movie that preceded it.
Before you click that skip button, consider this. Do you actually know what happens when you do? Are you aware of the ripple effects across the multiverse about how this little decision to skip affects an infinite number of outcomes in ways even I can't begin to calculate? Do you know where this decision will take you? Are you ready for the consequences, the sheer unadulterated mathematics of it all? If you are, then go ahead, click it. But if you're not, well, why not wait and see what happens next?
The Avengers protect the world from physical dangers. We safeguard it against mystical threats.
The cloak of levitation. It likes you.
Stop.
Marvel's Doctor Strange on digital and Blu-ray.
Hey, Vali here. Well, if you are like me and love movies, stick around as I have some awesome movie trivia for you. For its American release, the first 20 minutes of Trainspotting had to be redubbed to make the Scottish accents more intelligible. Whilst filming The Hunger Games, Jennifer Lawrence accidentally kicked co-star Josh Hutcherson in the head, knocking him out cold and giving him a concussion. Jennifer. Benedict Cumberbatch recorded his screen test for Star Trek Into Darkness at his best friend's kitchen using an iPhone. Bill Murray was originally considered for the role of Han Solo in Star Wars. Independence Day was shot in just 72 days. The scene in the breakfast club in which all the characters sit in a circle on the floor of the library and tell stories about why they were in detention was not scripted. Director Hughes told them all to ad-lib. So, how many pieces of movie trivia did you know? Let me know in the comments below. Keep up to date with all the latest releases by subscribing to our channel and checking the notification bell. See you next time!